here is day 4 of me best buddying my Eternatus and using the gold bottle cap. I thought, since I need to earn 10 candies with this thing eventually, meaning I need to explore 200 kilometers with it. As you can see, I'm only averaging about, 4 kilometers a day. When I go out to work, I'm not really walking around. And when I'm at home, if I ever get that to happen to me again, well, I'm not gonna purposely go out unless I need to, right? So, if I were to average 4 kilometers a day, and I need 200 kilometers, right? Hold on, how long would that take me? If I take 4, that would take me average of 5 days to get 1. So around 50 days. Did I do that math right? Whatever. So this is my Eternatus update for today. So, in Pokemon Go, I have been using only Ultra Balls because I have too many and I'm running low on regular Pokeballs. So I've been using only Ultra Balls to catch, and I just knew I would catch something good. Because I got this Hundo Pikachu in an Ultra Ball. Damn it, I knew this would happen. I knew it would happen, and I still went ahead and continued to do it. But thankfully, later today, I got redemption. Because I got this! Also Hundo Costume Pikachu in a regular Pokeball. I got this just as I got home. So I was really... oh, excuse me. I was able to get my sister's phone real quick and catch it on hers as well. So 2 Hundo Costume Pikachus today, and I also got these. I got 2 shiny Costume Pikachus. Oh, my Switch is almost about to go to sleep. So, today is July 15th. Today is my dog, Sky's birthday. Today is his 6th birthday. Oh, how time flies. My little boy is already 6 years old. And so because today is his birthday, I saved this encounter to catch on a special day. This is on my phone right now. We're gonna check the IVs together. I have not caught it yet, obviously. And it's lagging a bit. Fantastic. Shiny Keldeo. I saved my mythicals to catch on special days. I was supposed to catch this on Billy's birthday on April 1st, but I forgot. I had 24 hours, but I forgot to. So I saved it all the way until now. I was supposed to catch this April 1st, but instead I'm catching it today on July 15th. And in 2 days from now, on Toby's birthday, on July 17th, I have another shiny mythical encounter ready and saved to catch on a special day. Okay, so, shiny Keldeo. I don't know what the Hundo CP is. 1567. I don't know if that's good. Why does that sound bad? Alright, moment of truth. What did I get? Okay, you know what? Okay. Okay. I'll take that. 15, 15, 10. I think it completely froze. Well, that's okay. 15, 15, 10. Okay, I will take that. I mean, it's not like I was gonna ever use this for anything, but there you go. Shiny Keldeo. Caught on Sky's birthday, July 15th. His 6th birthday. 15, 15, 10. That's not too bad. Alright, I'll take it. Okay, enough of all that. Let's get to hunting. So, I started doing this earlier tonight. It was 9 p.m. when I started, and that's because I am so tired. I need to wake up early tomorrow. Okay, so let me break down my life as of late. Alright, so remember yesterday night when I mentioned that the AC in my house stopped functioning? Or at least it was done too much or whatever, so we had to turn it off. So last night we had no air conditioning. And you know what happens when someone like me who prefers the cold? You know what happens to someone like me when it's too hot to sleep? You end up not sleeping with any covers. You end up just not sleeping with anything to keep you warm because you're already warm enough as you're trying to fall asleep. So last night, at least I slept with a shirt on, you know? But last night, I pretty much slept without any blankets, any covers, any warmth, anything to provide me with warmth. So when I woke up, my throat was a little sore. I woke up this morning, actually, aside from waking up with a sore throat, a little bit. It's a slight sore throat. This morning, I got woken up at 8:30 in the morning because the dude who came to check out the air conditioning arrived at 8:30 in the morning. So the doorbell rang, I got woken up, but I did not go back to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep. I feel you, dude. Thanks. Alright, so I've been up since 8:30 in the morning when I didn't need to be. Oops. And then, gee, what a surprise, I had to go into work today. Because my sister wasn't working today. What a surprise! We are coming up to 2 weeks of me working every single day without taking a single day off. Oh, excuse me. On Fridays, after my part-time in the morning, I get to go home. And that's actually the way my family puts it. What do you mean? Why are you complaining you don't get any days off? You get to go home on Fridays after you work in the morning. What are you complaining about? So by their logic, yeah, I get to wake up early and go work in the morning on my day off because I get to go home afterwards. And that's not always the case, mind you. I don't always get to do that. So let's see, we're coming up on 2 weeks of me working every single day, 3 different jobs, not a single day off, and yet my sister, she did not show up to work today, she did not show up to work yesterday, nor did she show up the day before. And you know, because I'm not technically allowed to share this yet, I'm not supposed to share this yet with anyone I know. You're lucky. My dad works full-time, 5 a.m. and gets off at 3:30, and he only gets 1 day off each week. Well, that schedule may kind of suck. You know, 5 to 3:30, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5 hours. But at least he gets a day off a week. You know, at the moment, I don't get a single one. But yeah, since I technically aren't allowed to tell anyone I know in real life this, but y'all are the internet, so who cares? And I've already said the secret already. My sister may or may not be pregnant. It's still too early to say. Like, it's only been, I think she said, like, it's only been like 7 weeks. It's still too early to say for certainty, you know? We have to wait, I think, like 3 months before a heartbeat can be detected, thus confirming, yes, there is child incubating in there. But until then, it's up in the air. It could be a false alarm, or it could be legit, you know? So that's why I'm not technically allowed to share this, because I don't want to, or they don't want anyone's hopes to get up, only for me to a couple months later tell them, oh, false alarm, right? So because I cannot share this, actually, it's weak to detect a heartbeat? Well, I don't know. Oops, it's nighttime. I don't know, I just listen to what they tell me. They tell me 3 months, so I'm under the impression it's 3 months. So, because I'm technically not allowed to share this with anyone yet, I have no choice but to hide this, conceal this, while I complain about my life. And I just get the feeling, why do I just get the feeling that when I do finally reveal this to all my friends, they're gonna be telling me, well, now you can't complain. Now you cannot complain, because now that we know her condition, it makes sense why she's taking so much time off. So you kind of can't complain. Like, what are you complaining about? You know. You know. You knew long beforehand and you're still complaining. The hell's matter with you? So I just know. I just get the gut feeling. I just know. One, nobody's ever gonna take my side. And two, the moment I finally reveal this to my friends, they're all gonna turn on me. They're all gonna call me the villain. They're all gonna say I'm in the wrong. Man, there have been so many points in my life where I would have just gone full villain mode. Like, you guys need to understand, if I were to go full villain mode, I would burn down the planet. You think I'm joking? It's funny that you think I'm joking. Anyways, so so let's see. Today on Wednesday, today being Wednesday, today was my last chance this week to take a day off. You know, to stay home and rest, to sleep in. Like I said, I got woken up this morning and I wasn't able to fall back to sleep, so today was my last chance for this week to stay home and get some sleep, do my own things. Nope! Every single time. The plans I have, nope, the hell with your plans. Throw them away, because you shan't be needing any of your plans. So, what plans might I have? Oh, by the way, I also want to mention the thing about everyone pointing the fingers at me like, you, what are you complaining about? You have no right to complain. One reason why my sister doesn't show up to work for half the time, aside from the fact that she's lazy as shit, is that because they are probably expecting at the moment, they are looking into buying another place or a new place. They have a condo together, but that's not good enough for her, so she's planning to buy a house. So, you know, buying a home, real estate, money, whatever else, that takes a lot of time. So when I share this piece of information, which should also be a secret, the fact that she's expecting and looking into, like, genuinely looking into new real estate, everyone's gonna turn on me. Everyone's gonna be like, well, you know why she can't come to work, because she's busy. She has one thing to worry about, she has another thing to worry about. It makes sense why she wouldn't come. What the hell are you complaining about? You know, my mom used that same argument too. Currently, I'm doing 3 jobs, and my mom complained, or just kind of says the same thing to me. You know, son, I work 7 days a week. I don't get a single day off, neither does your father. The two of us, we work 7 days a week, and we don't complain when we don't get a day off. And I just know I'm just gonna stoke the fires more if I argue back, if I try to reason with them. So it's just like, I'm just gonna shut my mouth. Cause what am I supposed to say? Oh, you're right. Winning argument. I'm wrong. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna do my 3 jobs. Shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna take all this nonsense with a smile. Thank you for it. All while she just doesn't show up half the time. Every time I bring up these complaints about my life, I have to do 3 jobs. I don't get a day off. My mom is just like, what the hell are you complaining about, boy? And then my dad's like, you know, son, now that your sister is probably pregnant, you need to work harder. I'm just like, excuse me? I missed the part where that's my problem. Why do I have to work harder now? If anything, shouldn't you be saying that to her husband and not me? Alright, so, today was my final chance to stay home and rest. That clearly didn't happen. Let me see. Tomorrow, I need to go... Oh. That's a big mime. Tomorrow, I will be going into the new job. Friday, I have my part-time. And then weekends, no questions there. I work weekends. I know a lot of people don't work weekends, and y'all lucky. I especially have to work weekends. Weekends are especially busy, so I especially have to work weekends. You know, when everyone else during weekends are not working, that means weekends, when they're free, they go and do the things that they need to do. Meaning weekends are especially busy for businesses that do stay open. So yeah, by the looks of it, the only chance I have now to even stay home and relax at all are either Mondays or Wednesdays. And clearly, for the past 2 weeks, I did not get that opportunity at all. Screw you, Mr. Mime. I hate you so much in this game. And I know exactly what my family would say to me if I tell them, well, I always make plans, and every time my plans, well, they just get flushed down the toilet, because I just don't get any chance to do what I plan to do. And they're always like, what? What do you have that's so important to do? Play games? Watch TV? Oh yeah, super important, son. Super important. Yep, And always to them, it's just like, well, because something doesn't seem important to you, it's suddenly not important, period. Something important to me that you don't find important is just not a priority, not anything to care about at all, What if I told you I planned to mow the lawn or clean the house? Oh, different tone suddenly, right? Suddenly it's a different tone. You know, which is why I have nothing to talk about today. Nothing, because I didn't have time! You know what my original plans were for today? Also, another thing that I want to get done, but I literally just don't have the opportunity to. I need a new external hard drive. My computer is out of space. I need to go to Best Buy and purchase a new external hard drive, but I don't have the time! So my plan today, had I had time, was to real quick go to the mall, go to Best Buy, purchase a new external hard drive, come home in a timely manner, because I want to watch Ready or Not 2. because I didn't watch that film yet. It came out months ago and I didn't have time to watch it. However, because it's been quite a while since I saw the first film, and it being a direct sequel 7 years later, I wanted to rewatch the first film to refresh my memory. So my plan today was to go to Best Buy real quick and then watch 2 films. But my plans, none of that happened. So yeah, I just know, if I were to tell my family, I made plans. I had things I was thinking of doing, because I was expecting to stay home. They would instantly go like, what did you have that was so important to do? Play video games? Watch TV? Oh yeah, watch TV. You know, the thing that you people don't allow me to do at night? Without you getting genuinely mad and yelling at me for? You know, sometimes I can't win with these people. I use the TV at night, they yell at me. They get mad at me. Sometimes when there's nothing on to watch, they offer me the TV, and I refuse. I'm just like, you don't want me to use that TV. Even though there's nothing on that you're interested in, I'm not taking your offer. Only for you to yell at me, to be mad at me? No, thank you. And then they get mad at me. So it's like, you get mad at me for using it, you get mad at me for not using it. One of these days, I'm just gonna get into my car and drive. I'll probably just find a parking lot just to sleep in my car overnight. Just not answer the phone calls like, where are you? They're probably gonna call the cops to look for me. That's probably what they're gonna do, honestly. And I'm actually gonna check this out, just because Cherubi is rather rare shiny, which I don't have yet. You are kidding me. After all that hunting, and an alpha one just shows up. Yeah, I'm gonna catch this and I'm gonna keep it just because Alpha Cherubi is actually quite rare. I don't need it anymore. It would have been nice had you shown up like a month ago. I kept on going in and out of the Coronet Highlands, attacking the shaking trees. And I actually had a lot of these Cherubi outbreaks right here in this spot. I had quite a lot of them, and not a single one gave me an alpha. Wait, you're not a Cherubi? What the hell? Did you see the game glitch out there? So, just because I don't have any content to go over today, doesn't mean I don't have a little bit of things to talk about. So, you may have seen this on the news already. When I woke up this morning, when I was abruptly woken up this morning, I noticed that not only the entire room, the entire house, the entire outside had a yellow hue to it. I was thinking, this is a strange looking morning. Like, the sun must be kind of weird, rising up this morning. So the whole room had a very yellow hue coming in, and also it was really dark. It was really dark inside, but yet outside there was like a yellow tint all over. And then it turns out it's because of wildfires that are happening due to the heat wave. So there are wildfires currently going on in like the northwestern part of Ontario, and while the smoke, it's actually being blown down by the wind down here to the Toronto area. Today, Toronto actually got the worst air quality in the world. Worse than China, worse than India. Wow. Today, Toronto actually got the worst quality air in the world. What a crazy time we live in, especially for someone like me. So early in the morning, it was a very yellow tint to everything, and then, as the day went on, it became very orange. And that was the case for the entire day. The entire day, there was a huge orange tint to everything you look at. There were orange lights coming in through the windows, but inside the buildings, inside the house, was very dark as well. There were these like bright orange lights coming into a very dark, dim building, even with the lights on inside. It kind of looked like the Breaking Bad filter. It kind of looked like nuclear fallout. Like, everything just had an orange color to it. And, you know, even more reasons I was hoping to stay home in this apocalyptic hue. But clearly not, I still had to go out. So I woke up earlier than necessary. It looked like Armageddon outside. And I still had to work. And, you know, that's why I'm doing this so early tonight. Or rather, I'm doing this earlier tonight. It's because I'm so tired. The sooner I start, the sooner I end. The sooner I end, the sooner I get to go to bed. Because I do need to wake up early tomorrow. Lucky me. I get to do that. So yeah, it seems like the wildfires... I can't say that word anymore without thinking of the wildfire virus in The Walking Dead. So the Ontario Canadian wildfires are probably most likely started by the heat waves, the record-setting heat waves that we've been getting. Not just up here in Canada, but like the entire world is experiencing a heat wave. Obviously, it's not just a heat wave, but like the heat, the dryness, all it takes is one tiny little spark for this to happen. And if anything, there's really nothing we can do to prevent it. We can't control the climate. We can't control if a small little spark sets off a chain reaction of wildfires. All we can do is try to put out the fires, evacuate who we can, and just wait out the air quality for, to get better. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm gonna disconnect my phone from the computer. Oh yeah, I'm sure you could have heard that. So yeah, today was a very strange day. I woke up to the surprise that wildfires were happening. Like, there was nothing on it last night, too. When I went to bed, I woke up to this very bright color tint to everything I see. Like, the colors in reality kind of just glitched out. The colors just weren't rendering properly. So I woke up too early in the morning with a sore throat to an apocalyptic landscape to where I had to go into work because my sister didn't come in. And I get to continue to work for the rest of the week. The hell with any of my plans, going out and buying things I need. Doing things that I plan to do just to relax and entertain myself when I'm at home. Yeah, the hell with anything I plan to do. How pathetic is this gonna sound, Like I said before, nobody ever takes my side. Nobody ever sides with me. Nobody ever agrees with me. Nobody ever sees my side of the argument. And so I mentioned that it would be nice if someone did, particularly if a woman did. Right, like that's ever gonna happen. I'm never gonna bring a woman home who's gonna see my arguments towards my family. And then whenever I bring up these complaints to them, she's gonna be like, yeah, he's right. You guys don't treat him that great. That's never gonna happen. But I still foolishly give myself hope that one day it might. I know very well it will never happen. But for some reason, I'm holding out to hope that maybe it will one day. And why exactly would that be the case too, right? Why do I have hope for that? Because why does it have to be a woman in particular and not like one of my boys? If one of my friends showed up and told my parents, yo, everything he tells me, you kinda don't treat him that great. Yo, I don't even want to imagine the backlash I'm gonna get from my family, right? But for some reason, if a woman were to say that to their faces, maybe they would actually reconsider. All in all, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. you know another thing? Now that my parents know that my sister is expecting, yeah, they're gonna do that natural thing where parents are super protective, like, don't do this, don't do that, don't strain yourself, don't do this. Let your brother do it for you. You know, my parents, they constantly go, you know, it's not fair for you to compare yourself and the way your life is currently to your sister, because you know what she's going through. You know what she's expecting. My mom was always like, are you carrying a child in you? I didn't think so. I could very much make the argument, like, and I've told the story before, the reason I got this job is because my coworker, she's pregnant and she's going to have a kid soon and she's not planning to come back after she has her kid, so she needs a replacement, and the replacement is me. Like, my coworker, she's pregnant. She's heavily into the pregnancy. She's gonna have the kid in probably just over a month from now. And yet she still comes into work. She still wakes up early in the morning. She still makes the commute. My sister, on the other hand, she already does not do that now. Let alone like 7 months from now. I'll be honest, sometimes I really am just ready to blow my brains out. Ah, just what I need. Bots. Anyways, enough about me bitching about my life. All I can do is just take it with a smile and thank everyone for it. Be grateful for it. Enough about my life. So, there is one piece of news that came out today, and that is the first look for the Batman Part 2. We actually, honestly, barely got anything. It's literally just, uh, it's literally just Robert Pattinson in his bat suit, looking at the camera, and that's pretty much it. So we really didn't get much in terms of the Batman Part 2 first look. You know what? Good. I don't even want you, Mr. Mime. But then we got the unfortunate news of when exactly this film will come out. It has been delayed again! The Batman Part 2 has been delayed even further. It will now be coming out February 2028. That is almost 2 years from now. Just over a year and a half. That's almost 2 years from now. What the fuck, Matt Reeves? I almost said Mac. Matt Reeves, what are you doing? 6 years between the first film and the second. That is unacceptable. And you know what else? Because of this, Matt Reeves is directly affecting the plans for the DCU with James Gunn and Peter Safran. Remember when James Gunn announced that he was going to do a Batman movie based on Brave and the Bold? Well, they can't! They cannot, because for some stupid reason, companies, especially Warner Brothers, doesn't want to release two of the same films, or two films with the same characters separately, because it could confuse the audiences. So they cannot even think about releasing Batman Brave and the Bold, or whatever that movie will be titled, until after the Batman Part 2 in 2028! Wasn't Supergirl and Batman announced at the same time, and yet we already got the Supergirl film, which I did not watch yet? This could have been Batman! We could have had Batman as the second film in the DCU, instead of having Clayface be the first film to introduce Gotham. We could have had Batman by now, but because they kept on holding off, waiting patiently for Matt Reeves to get his act together, so with this delay, it is directly affecting the plans that James Gunn has. And it is heavily affecting us, the fans, as well. Not only did we have to wait 6 years for a sequel, which honestly should not have taken this long, you're also affecting the plans of the rest of the company. Like, I really don't understand why they have such a hate boner for not wanting to release 2 separate films with the same character. Like, you know what I mean. I can understand not wanting to release them close by, like too close together. Hell, I can even understand not wanting to release it the same year, even if one is in January, one is in December. Like, I can even understand that. But to not even want them to be in development, too. It's like 1 year, July, you can release the Batman Part 2. Next year, March, you could release Batman Brave and the Bold. Right? And keep in mind, unless we get some sort of... excuse me. Unless we get some sort of announcement, there's also a very good chance they won't even begin production on Batman Brave and the Bold until after the Batman Part 2 releases. They may not even begin production until after the film releases. You know? They could begin production now and not release a film until like 2029. But there's a very good chance they won't do that. There's a very good chance they will not begin production until after 2028. As in writing a script, finding a director, casting, not even talking about actually filming the movie, and then post-production. What are they doing over there? How much you want to bet this film is going to get delayed again? I even remember watching it in the theater. I went to watch The Batman, while my sister went off to watch some BTS film. Like, we went to the theater together, but we went into different theater screenings. We went into different auditoriums to watch our own things alone. So, The Batman Part 2 is not going to come out until February 2028, and we're all very disappointed by this film. Or, not by the film, but by this news. Do you guys think they should just merge the film universes together? The Batman and James Gunn's DCU? I think they should. I really think at this point they should. I mean, there's no sort of anything that would be contradicting anyways. There's nothing that would pose as a big plot hole. The Batman was self-contained, and I could be mistaken. I don't think Superman even mentioned Gotham. Now, we did see in Creature Commandos, we saw the silhouette of Batman. Okay, cool. Bro, I swear, if I was, if I was the head of DC, we would be telling a much different story by now. If I was the head of DC, I would have done probably exactly what Marvel did, and that was give each of the main A-listers their solo films, and then bring them together in a crossover Justice League film. So start off with a Superman film, a Batman film, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern. Right? I'm not a huge fan of Cyborg always being on the Justice League. I always associated Cyborg more with the Teen Titans, just because growing up I watched the Teen Titans animated show, which was amazing, and sadly they canceled it in favor of Teen Titans Go, which still baffles my mind that this show got to run for like a decade, but not the original. But yes, if I was running DC, I would have established the biggest hitters first. And then after, you introduce some of the more obscure characters that nobody really cares that much about. And then after, you do your villain movies like Clayface. But, very minimum, you start with either Superman or Batman, but you have to start with both. James Gunn started with Superman, but you also need Batman. But in a way, you kind of have to forgive James Gunn for this, because Matt Reeves. There's also rumors that Blue Beetle is gonna return in Superman, like Superman 2. At this point, there's so many rumors of new characters and returning characters in that second film. I'll just wait for official confirmation. I will wait to see it before I believe it. Ugh. And you know what's a real great shame? I'm pretty sure, we're all pretty sure, James Gunn wants to steer clear of Darkseid because he was, very lightly, used with the Snyderverse. But that is such a bullshit idea to me. It's like if we got a tease of Thanos and we never got him again. You know, I can understand if they go the route that Marvel did, at least two Avengers films, so two Justice League films before a grand finale Justice League film against Darkseid. But who could that be? Who could that be against? Maybe first Justice League film would be against Brainiac. Maybe second Justice League film would be Trigon, but you would have to introduce the Teen Titans first. So between the two Justice League films, you have a Teen Titans film. So first film, maybe Brainiac is the villain, uniting the Justice League. Just curious what it was. Second film, you have the Justice League and the Teen Titans team up to take down Trigon. Third film, third Justice League film, is Darkseid. And you know, in my opinion, if they were to just one-to-one copy Marvel, so what? So what? You're telling me that wouldn't be awesome to see? The way the first three phases of Marvel played out, you're telling me you would not want to see that with DC characters? I don't know, it's like, I don't understand why it's so hard for DC to get a competent cinematic universe off the ground. Like, you have the IPs, you have the characters, you have the materials, and you literally have the blueprints laid out for you. All you have to do is copy someone else's work. Like, come on, people! What are you doing over there? You know what I ended up doing today, just to pass the time? Today, I actually looked up and rewatched all the game cutscenes for Injustice. Because I didn't really remember anything about the first Injustice game. I remember Injustice 2, but Injustice 1 is like, what even happened in this game? I don't remember at all. So, I just, for fun, looked up all the cutscenes and just relived the first Injustice game. I still would love to see an Injustice 3. Come on, NetherRealm Studios, give it to us. You could do, it would do you guys good to take a break from Mortal Kombat. Come on, give us Injustice 3. Come on, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Oh, an Eevee outbreak. Yeah, I gotta try it. I gotta try it to see if anything special happens. Who knows, off chance, a shiny alpha. Even a female alpha would be a huge win to snag from this. But if a shiny alpha... Who knows, I could get a shiny female alpha right now. Of which I could have missed had I not checked this out. I'm gonna grab some better Pokeballs real quick. I'll take these, and I'll take these. I was looking at my screen like, did my ball just glitch out and it's just floating in the air? I don't think so. You know, I really do hate using jet balls because their aim is atrocious. What the fuck? I really do hate using this Pokeball. See, look at that. Nice and simple. Well, there was nothing of importance. Nothing special there. You know, I even took a steak out of the freezer last night because, well, it was out of the freezer last night. So what I wanted to do was season it during the day. You know, pretty much dry brine it throughout the day. Salt it in the morning, leave it in the fridge until nighttime to cook it. Clearly not. Because I wasn't home. Of course, I could have seasoned it before I left the house, but I didn't have the time. Yes, I did wake up early, but I didn't expect to go out today. Alright, well, forgive me if I don't talk as much anymore. I don't have anything to talk about, and, like I said, my throat does hurt. Not alpha. Close, but not what we're looking for. Let's see if anything else is shiny by chance. You know, a lot of the items in this game, I don't even know what they do. I just collect them. I just keep picking them up, and I just keep adding it to my inventory, and I don't even know what they do. Like, I don't know what this stuff does. All I do with them is either collect them for whatever reason, or I sell them. Ooh! Ooh, this could be promising. First, let's go check the usual spot. Okay, nothing over here. Let's check this out. We have a 50-50 right now. It could be a... Actually, no, it could be... I guess there's a 1 in 3? No, there's a 1 in... No, 1 in 3. I think. I don't know. Because it could be Alpha Mime Jr., it could be Mr. Mime, or Alpha Mr. Mime. I know it's not exactly... Like, there's different odds for each kind happening, but because we know there's a guarantee afterwards, it could be either of the 3 options. I don't know which one it could be. Where? I heard it. Are there any more? Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? It has to be possible, right? An Alpha Mime Jr. horde has to be possible, right? Because so far, I've only gotten Mr. Mimes every single time. Also, today for today's FIFA World Cup match, I think it was England versus Argentina. Man, it was like lightning strikes how loud the crowd screamed when they got a goal. It was the one near the end of the time, too, where they tied it up. There's no more games here in Canada. It would have been cool to see a game be played underneath the orange hue that today had. And according to the news, it's only gonna... it's probably gonna get worse before it gets better, and it's gonna last for the next couple of days. It's crazy times we live in these days. It's kind of crazy to think that it caused everything to be a bright neon orange. You would think if there was a lot of smoke, that it would be gray. Gray and dull, dark, instead of bright orange for some reason. It may have been the sunlight covering, being covered up by the clouds, but the sunlight made it orange. Because I doubt it was fire. The fire created the black smoke. Like, the fire didn't travel all the way down here to Toronto. But on the bright side, because there was such thick smoke in the air, because the sun was really heavily covered up today the heat wasn't that bad. In fact, it wasn't really hot at all. It was almost somewhat cool. Like a gentle springtime day. Like today wasn't hot at all. The sun was heavily covered up. So the sunlight, the heat, didn't even reach us. Today almost felt a little chilly in comparison. Did I mention this yet? No updates on the alpha decks. Only thing there was is I got another alpha Eevee. Still patiently looking for alpha Magnemite and Magneton. I see no big different color one over here. Ooh, 2 Mime Juniors. You know, I should probably honestly check out this spot last, considering there's only so much time for the storm, but whatever. Nope. What the? Don't you hate when— oh, what the hell? Don't you hate when this camera angle happens sometimes? Another shiny Mime Jr. I didn't say anything because I actually pog-faced when that happened. Okay, what I'm about to do might be foolish. I'm actually going to restart the game so I can get my berries back. But I should be able to get that shiny Mime Jr. back. All I have to do is knock out the Mr. Mime and just keep on catching. It should show up again. Aww. Okay, let's check this one out now. Hold on. My ear was itching. You know, I really should just have the Ultra Balls with me in case. I think maybe I'll actually start doing that. If I'm just gonna be restarting the game anyways. I honestly couldn't see you at all. Did you just fall through the floor a moment ago? Okay. Off chance, what if there's a shiny in here? Sound effect didn't play. So, yet another dud. Okay, so try to follow exactly what we did. We first knocked out Mr. Mime, and then we just started catching. What if Mr. Mime flees? I wonder if that'll change anything. Well, we don't have to find out. Whoa, the game lagged there. And we know that there's no other shinies after this, so we don't have to continue. See? No harm done. I got my berries back, and I got to keep the shiny Mime Jr. Nothing. Ooh. And you know what? I'm gonna go get my balls real quick. Just to make my life a little bit easier. So it is right over here. I did save the game, right? What is wrong with Mime Jr.'s head? Did you see that? Is it supposed to be down and droopy like that? Speedy little guys, aren't they? Nothing. Alright, let's check over there, and then we shall restart. Oh, you want to hear a joke I saw on Instagram yesterday that will send us straight to hell? The joke goes something like, as a Persona fan, every time I order something, I order merch in either small or medium, they always have it in stock. If you don't understand the joke, you know, it's always the fat gamers sitting on the couch all day playing Persona. So, buying up all the merch, the large and extra larges get sold, like me. I do not help with the stereotype. I am exactly the stereotype. And thus, because it's all fat-ass gamers, like yours truly, playing Persona games, all the larges and extra larges are sold out. Nobody buys the smalls or mediums. Yeah, I fit straight into that stereotype. I am one of those fat asses who plays Persona. No, me. Oh, you guys want to hear something? So, I've not figured this out. I saw this. I learned about this, like, over a week ago. When No Shaman Feeding told me about this Persona 3 Aegis first mission game that was, like, released on flip phones in Japan only. I didn't know that it was actually ported to Switch. It was ported to the eShop, but sadly Japan only. Man, I actually tried to look it up to download it to give it a shot, but it's Japan only. I didn't know they actually ported the game. Cool. Any other Persona 3s I should know about? You know, I also did hear this as well. We all know Sony took physical games behind the barn and shot it. They also took down the online digital stores for PS3 and PS Vita, was it? I also heard this take. This is the case for a lot of games, because it always is, but we're focusing on Persona right now. Persona's 1, 2, certain versions of 3, what other else? Yeah, you can't access them anymore. Because Atlas, we know them, they love not re-releasing. And whenever they do, it's rather scarce. So now, with those options gone, there is no way to legally play Personas 1 and 2. Or what other digital versions that they have. Like the Persona 4 dancing game and whatever else. As much as I would love to experience the first two Persona games, at this point, I may as well wait for a remake, if they ever choose to do that. Probably have to wait 50 years for that, when we get a P1R and a P2R. And then, like, 70 years from now, we'll get a Persona 6R. I really am afraid I'll have to play Persona 6 on computer. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I'm better at console gaming than I am with the keyboard. And also, issue with that is my computer has no space. You know, because Sony killed games, there has been a lot of progress made for the PS5 emulator. Now, call me stupid, my Neanderthal brain just doesn't understand why is it so hard to emulate. I don't understand how to do emulation myself, but, you know, I just don't understand why is it so hard for people to emulate, you know? Because in my mind, it's just you copy the game, and then you just run the game on a different program. It's like, how hard is that? Like, I don't understand this stuff. Oh, you know, you want to know something I thought about for Spider Noir? I almost said Spider Ben. For Spider Noir, we saw his origin of how he got his powers. That kind of means they cannot be the same character. In the Spider-Verse film, we saw in the montage, this Peter Parker got bit by a spider, not a half-human, half-spider mutant. Even if you wanted to make the headcanon stretch that this was Peter Parker, but then he changed his name to Ben Reilly, the origin is still different. So, anything to talk about? Uh... Dead City Season 3 is happening soon. Lanterns is happening soon. Ugh. You know, I had a nosebleed earlier tonight. Either too much smoke inhalation, or lack of sleep, or too much screen time today. Nothing. I gotta make it daytime again. I really don't have anything else to talk about. Wow, all this and not a single Mime Jr., huh? Fine, since it's so close, let me check if there's a shiny here, because shiny Pichu is kind of rare. I don't know if I have one yet in this game. Nope. And I will not check the rest. Hello there. Welcome. How are we doing with the Mr. Mime? We have gotten a lot of phases, but not our target. Lots and lots of phases. We got 2 shiny Mime Juniors just today, but neither were alpha. Yeah, my plan is to get a shiny alpha Mime Jr. from this game, evolve it into Galarian Mr. Mime in Sword and Shield, and then send it into Legend ZA for it to be a shiny alpha. The reason I'm doing this is because while I was working on my alpha decks, I noticed that Mime Jr. was the only Pokemon that could do this. Before Legend ZA released, there was only one alpha Pokemon that was not in this game, and that is Mr. Rime. So that's what inspired me to do this hunt. I'm so tired, I'm about to pass out. Once I'm done this, about 10 more minutes, I'm gonna go. I need to wake up early for work tomorrow. Or you could just get a Galarian Shalfa, Mr. Mime, and Legend ZA. I could, but that would kind of defeat the whole purpose. Because you have to keep in mind, if I were to get a shiny Alpha Mime Jr. in ZA, I cannot transfer it back to any other game. So if I want a shiny Alpha Mr. Rime, I would have to catch it fully evolved in Legend ZA, or catch a Galarian Mr. Mime. But, you know, that's not the point of this hunt. The point is that before Legend ZA came out, there was only one Pokemon that you could get Alpha that was not in this game. Even if it was in Sword and Shield, it would not be Alpha in that game. To my knowledge, this is the only Pokemon. The only one. And when I mean the only one, I mean the only one at the time that could be Alpha, but, you know, no game for it to be Alpha in. I could technically just get any sort of shiny from this game and then evolve it in Legends EA, but, you know what I'm trying to say. Dude, before you go, may I tell you a really crazy Easter egg? Yes, please, go ahead. Alright, but first you have to go to the snow zone. Alright? 1 sec. So let me know when you were about to go. And how many Shalfas I got? That's a good question. I can check afterwards. Anyways. Anyways, go to the snow zone, you say? Go to the settlement and find Irida. But don't talk to her. Where is she, actually? Not in the houses. Oops. I don't know where she is. What is this? She is not where she is supposed to be. There is a good chance I didn't do that yet. I didn't even do that for Adaman. The whole side quest thing where you battle them one more time, I never did those. There's a lot of things I never did in this game. I didn't get the shiny charm until I started this hunt. Count 2 steps from the pond. What pond? That pond? This pond? Little rocks on the left here. But go down. Like this way? Like this? I don't understand. Or like go down the pond? Am I supposed to enter? I don't know if I want to add someone on Discord just to see an Easter egg. No offense. Oh, that's a Palkia fin. I'm thinking this dude's helmet. Not helmet, this dude's hood. Okay, go down? I'm going to assume you mean go down into the pond. Follow the steps. Follow the steps. Oh, follow the steps. Okay, how far down do I go? And now go to the next steps and but don't go down. Is this about to crash my game? There should be little rocks in the left. Uh-huh. Now turn your camera to the what? Now turn your camera to the steps of the pond. Why do I feel like I'm gonna get jump scared? And I'll start running around the little rocks and do not stop. I'm starting to feel like this is a prank. Someone just made me do the chicken dance. What the? I hope this doesn't corrupt my game. I work way too hard on my alpha decks. What happens if I go... It gets bigger and bigger. Huh, interesting. How do people find these things? Yeah, and you get close, it gets resolved. It's just a visual glitch. This is quite a glitch to discover. Wow. Now, what do you think about the chicken dance? I don't know, I've been jebaited before. I'll do one last encounter, one last check for the Mime Juniors, and then I'll call it for today, because I am so tired. I need to go to bed. I need to work tomorrow. We will continue to do this until we get it. If I had time during the day, I could have done this for like 6 hours. But no, the world just hates me. And what a surprise, no shiny. Is the Alpha Prime... I almost said Alpha Primeape. Is the Alpha Infernape shiny by chance? Well, we did get 2 shiny Mime Juniors today. It's just neither were Alpha. No, one day you will be shiny. You got that Shalfa Infernape 2 times? Well, I never really actually bothered to hunt it. It's just every now and then I take a look. Yeah, we got these 2 today. Getting a lot of the same things. Because we keep on going to the same area. Lots of the same things. Lots of Mime Juniors. So many Mime Juniors. Yes, and another one. How many have I gotten recently? There's already 3 in this box. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh god. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 already. Cool, just 90 more to go and I'll be at odds. I think alphas are 1 in 100. Before you ask, these ones are traded. Okay, I'm gonna call it for tonight. I'm gonna go get ready for bed. At least there's air conditioning to sleep with tonight. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time. We'll continue this hunt another time. Okay, thanks. Bye.